Hi, everyone. This is Claudin IT. We're ready to go live when you are.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me, everyone?
I hear
Good
you.
afternoon. You hear me, Claude?
I hear you.
Okay. And I think we are two in the office. I'm waiting for the third one, Councilman Desulme. Oscar?
I'm here, Mayor.
Yes. Yes, Carolyn.
We'll be connecting shortly.
Mr. Mayor, I got notice that Councilman Desilme will be absent.
Oh, okay. You won't be at the meeting at all?
That's my understanding, sir.
Okay.
We're waiting for Cal.
Councilman Garrett should be connecting shortly. I guess he had he changed his email.
Present.
Councilwoman Keys,
Here.
Mayor Bienabe.
Yeah.
Councilman Desilmay. Mayor, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you very much. We have three members of the council on the dais, and I think we are good to go. And now we're going to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance with I see Major Diana Ramon, and I see Assistant Chief Wiria. Please rise, please.
I have a green flag. Keep your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Justice for all.
Thank you very much, Major Diana Woman. And now we're going to have Pastor Anthony Dawkins, the North Miami Police Department chaplain, for the invocation.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right. Thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to say good afternoon to everyone. And I thank this opportunity to be the invocation and do the prayer. I would just like to open this invocation with one particular scripture in mind, and it comes from the book of Exodus, the 23rd chapter, the 25th verse. And the verse says, if the people shall serve the Lord, he shall bless their water and bless their bread, and he will take sicknesses and diseases away from us. And so I just wanted to say that with the opening prayer, that we see so much going on in our cities now, and our councilmen and our councilwomen and our mayors we're doing food drives, we're doing things that are necessary to get to the people. I just want to remind the staff and the city leaders, if we remember to pray over those bread and water and items that we're putting in the trunk of those people's cars, we're praying that God will heal the land. And with that being said, I will go ahead and open the meeting with prayer. Father God, I thank you so much for this opportunity to be heard, to be spoken, that you will be glorified. We ask now that you will give these leaders wisdom, you will give them understanding and knowledge to drive their agendas for the betterment of the people in the community, that our leaders will all come together for one common cause. We're looking for your supernatural power and your healing and deliverance and miracle power in this land. And we thank you, Lord. We thank you for everything that you've done. And we pray that this meeting will go well, everything will be executed, and the needs of the people will be met. And that we will continue to function in a solid mind and soul. This we pray in your precious Son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Madam City Manager, do you have any addition, deletion, or any amendment to the agenda?
No, Mayor.
Thank you very much. We have our City Attorney, Jeff Cazzo.
Yes, Mayor. With three members of the council present at City Hall, four council members present altogether, we have quorum. The agenda is set. You may proceed.
Thank you very much. Special presentation, COVID-19 update by Commander Brunson.
Good afternoon, Mayor.
Sir. Good afternoon, sir.
And
Good
Council.
afternoon, sir.
Commander Angelo Brinson, Emergency Manager for the City of North Miami. Currently, we're still operating in phase 1 of the vaccination plan. And phase 1 includes residents who are 65 years and up, frontline healthcare workers, and residents of long-term care facilities, as well as those employees. However, starting this week, veterans who are age 18 and up, who are registered with their local VA, they can get the vaccine if they're age 18 and up and a registered veteran. That includes veterans who are working as first responders, teachers, transit workers, food service workers, manufacturing. There's many different occupations. So any VA hospital registered veterans who are 18 and up, please call 305-575-7000 or contact your care team to see if you can get your vaccine. Once again, that number is 305-575-7000 or contact your care team. And that is for registered veterans who are 18 and up who work in those fields. As far as our local city, we continue to communicate with state and local agencies as we prepare for the vaccine to be opened up to the rest of the community. And we're trying to make sure that we get a vaccination site set up in the city of North Miami. During one of our recent communications, we submitted 5 locations across North Miami to the county, who then forwarded those sites to the state. And they're considering utilizing one of those sites in North Miami to have a vaccination site set up in North Miami. So we will keep you all abreast of how those negotiations go. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that when the vaccinations open up to the general public, that we can have a site set up in North Miami as a convenience to our residents. Now, currently, there are several locations set up around Miami-Dade County where residents 65 and up can get their appointment. For convenience, I will provide the 2 that are closest to North Miami. The closest vaccination site in North Miami at this time is at Miami-Dade College North Campus, and that's located at Northwest 27th Avenue and 119th Street. If you would like to set up an appointment there are 2 ways, by phone or online. Residents can call 305-614-2014, or they can visit miamidade.gov/vaccine. I'll repeat that one more time. 305-614-2014, or visit www.miamidade.gov/vaccine to set up an appointment for a vaccine. As a reminder, vaccines are appointment only and no walk-ups will be accepted. The next closest location for North Miami residents is at the Hard Rock Stadium, and that's at Northwest 27th Avenue and 199th Street. To set up an appointment there, residents are asked to call 1-888-499-0840. I'll repeat that, 1-888-499-0840. And that is to call and set up an appointment for a vaccine at the Hard Rock Stadium. As a reminder, to close out my presentation, residents are reminded that masks or facial coverings are mandatory within the city of North Miami. Even if you're outdoors and social distancing is not possible, you still need to wear a mask. In addition to the vaccine, the most powerful tools we have to slow the spread of COVID-19 is to social distance, to wear our mask, and continuously wash our hands. That's my presentation at this time. I'll accept any questions that you guys may have.
Thank you very much, Commander Brinson. Do you have any question for Commander Brinson? Councilman Galvin? No? Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Commander Brinson, thank you. Let's move with the agenda. Agenda item A and B. That's from the consent. Madam Clerk?
Mayor?
Yes.
We did have a second special presentation. This is with the Youth Council's ceremony.
I don't have that on the agenda.
It's under special presentations.
I don't have it on that side of the, oh, yes. Okay, I sorry. Okay, go ahead. Youth Council presentation, sorry.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to introduce you to the inaugural students of North Miami Youth Council. These students are a true testament of the ethnic diversity that makes our city special. Our North Miami Youth Council members represent different parts of our city. All high school students from different schools and grade levels. Some attend public school while others are in private school. What makes them special is their eagerness to make North Miami a better place for our youth. I present to you Youth Council Chairwoman Cindy Michaela Jean-Paul. Cindy is a sophomore at North Miami Senior High School, and she loved to major in medicine after graduation. When Cindy is not studying, she plays volleyball for her high school. When asked why she joined the North Miami Youth Council, she said, "I want to be among leaders who are making a decision and recommendation to help the youth in North Miami. I also want to continue building my communication skills while finding opportunities to volunteer and give back to my community." Cindy is accompanied by her sister. I present to you Youth Council Vice Chairman Jonathan Jean-Charles. Jonathan is a junior attending the School of Advanced Studies, and he would like to major in biochemistry, molecular and cellular biology, or medicine after graduation. Jonathan is a member of several distinguished honor society as well as the Black Student Union. When he is not studying, Jonathan is writing, reading, and solving math problems and playing basketball. When asked why he joined the North Miami Youth Council, he said, "I joined to serve my community and to refine my leadership skills. I would like to create an after-school program that emphasizes reading while spreading awareness of educational disparities and food insecurity." Jonathan is accompanied by his father. I present to you District 2 Youth Council member Justin Shamat. Justin is a sophomore at Miami Beach Senior High School, and he would like to major in software development after graduation. Justin is an active member of several clubs where he is developing his debate skills. When he is not studying, Justin enjoys talking and texting with friends and playing video games. When asked why did he join North Miami Youth Council, he said, "I joined the North Miami Youth Council to help create a better community for our youth and to improve our own understanding of local government and public administration." Justin is accompanied by his father. I present to you District 3 Youth Council member Angelo Nathan Fleury-May. Angelo Nathan is a junior at Sheridan Hill Christian School and would like to major in psychology or pre-law after graduation, as he intends to become a lawyer in the future. Due to online learning, Angelo Nathan is not currently participating in school extracurricular activities. When not studying, he enjoys playing basketball and video games. When asked, "Why did you join the North Miami Youth Council?" he said, "I want to make a better community while creating safe space for adults and youth by discussing issues and creating resolutions." Angelo Nathan is accompanied by his mother. I present to you District 4 Youth Council member Demir Rashard Walker. Demir is a senior at Miami Union Academy. He is still undecided on a major, but he will attend Miami-Dade College after graduation. Demir is an active volunteer at his school, and when he is not studying, he likes working out. When asked why did he join the North Miami Youth Council, he said, "I want to make my community a better place while creating activities that will benefit the North Miami youth." Demir is accompanied by his teacher. I present to you Youth Council Clerk Sandy Usama. Sandy is a sophomore at North Miami Senior High School, and she would like to major in business and biology after graduation. Sandy is an active member of several clubs, and she is also a Holocaust ambassador. When she is not studying, Sandy enjoys singing, reading, dancing, and playing basketball. When asked why did she join the North Miami Youth Council, She said, I joined the North Miami Youth Council to be a voice of the youth in our community. My goal is to spread awareness for issues I believe our youth deal with on a daily basis. Sandy is accompanied by her teacher.
I state your name.
I, Cindy Michaela Jean Hall,
A resident of the state of Florida,
a resident of the state of Florida,
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
and of the city of North Miami,
and of the city of North Miami,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances
observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances
of the city of North Miami,
of the city of North Miami,
and I will faithfully perform the duties of the North Miami Youth Council,
the duties of the North Miami Youth Council,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I am proud of these students and the accomplishments that they have made in their lives. During their tenure on this youth council, these students will be challenged, but they will develop stronger communications and professional skills while gaining a creative opportunity to help their fellow youth. Congratulations to this inaugural group.
Thank you very much. And now let's move to the consent agenda comprised of tab A and B. Madam Clerk.
Unless a member of the City Council wishes to remove a specific item from this portion of the agenda, tabs A through B constitute the consent agenda. These resolutions made by Councilman Galvin to approve the consent agenda. The motion was seconded by Mayor Bieneme. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much. Tab C.
Tab C, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the third amendment to the previously amended fiscal year 2019-2020 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, and Home Investment Partnerships Program, HOME, action plan to provide for the second special grant allocation of Community Development Block Grant, CDBG-CB, grant funds made available to the city through the CARES Act to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus COVID-19 crisis in the amount of $637,991 from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes. Tab C.
Thank you very much. Do we have any question on the dais before we open it to the public?
Mr. Mayor?
Councilman Galvin? Yes.
Thanks. The full $637,000 is being put into housing and social services. This doesn't in any way help or it's not any way going toward corporate or commercial business. It's just housing and social services. Is that correct?
No, we've split it. It's not all going into those services. We have it split out between some of the business programs in the amount of $150,000, emergency mortgage assistance for $154,192, emergency rental assistance for $100,000, then the mental health for $20,000, meal assistance for $150,000, and then there is the pay for administration of $63,000.
Okay, I didn't realize all of that was coming from the same 600,000. Are you going to be, is staff going to be putting out something? Because as soon as this passed, we're going to start getting questions. A summary of what we can tell residents or who we should refer residents to when they reach out?
Yes, we're going to do that.
Okay,
yes,
don't put it all on Albert.
Shirley's going to put it out also.
Who is, Mr. Mayor?
a press release. We're going to put a press release about the funding and the allocations.
Okay.
Okay. Councilman Irvin?
Good afternoon. This is Estimate Irvin Mayor. But my question is to city administration. As you know, we've been trying to get a relief for utilities. I just want a public explanation why we're not able to, these funds could not be set aside to help out with utilities.
Yeah. Thank you. So we looked for doing the utilities fund, but there are specific and special requirements for the utilities fund when you own your own utilities. So that was an issue for us in terms of being able to meet the requirements because we have our own utilities.
What are the special requirements? What exactly are the special requirements that? So let me rephrase that question. So any city that owned their own utility bills could not have used these monies, or it's just a requirement that we did not meet to use those monies to provide utility assistance to our residents?
The latter is correct. Not meet the requirement. We can't meet the requirements because they have.
For meeting the requirement, what I want to know. Could Miguel explain that to us publicly?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, Council. So the question was, could you just repeat the question? Like, you wanted to know the requirements?
Please.
Okay, so the requirements were, because we were a utility, a city that owns our utility, the requirements from the Department of Housing and Urban Development were pretty convoluted in terms of various steps that we had to go through in terms of calculating the profit ratios and the per unit costs that were associated with the running of our utility. When we looked into the calculations, our utilities calculations did not meet the requirements. So therefore, we didn't think that was a viable option.
What was the calculation that we were supposed to meet that we didn't meet?
Well, the various per unit, per customer costs that are required to be calculated. We did some rough calculations and the numbers weren't making sense.
What I'm trying to understand is what was required and what do we have, is what I'm asking.
Well, if you want me to get the specifics, I don't have the information in front of me, so I could provide that to you at some later point. You had asked.
Would be muted. I'm just trying to understand now. But so you're saying that we could not have met that. That's what you're saying on the record. We could not have met that calculation in order to assist with utility assistance.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have any other questions from the dais? No? Now let's open it to the public. Public hearing is open.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending this afternoon's virtual regular council meeting. This meeting will allow live public comment by attendees. Public hearing will take place upon announcement by the chair of the meeting, Mayor Philippe Yereme, and from that time, attendees will be able to virtually raise their hand, and this should function similarly to lining up at the podium. If you're participating by phone, please press *9 if you would like to raise your hand. when it is your turn to speak, a PIN will be sent to you. You will then enter that PIN to unmute yourself when you hear your name called. Attendees cannot leave their hand raised throughout the entire meeting, so if you do raise your hand before an item is read, it will be removed. Do not forget to state your full name and complete address for the record, and remember that you will have up to 2 minutes to make your comment. Thank you in advance for your understanding and your feedback. If you are participating through the web application, please click on the raised hand button or the little hand icon. If you're dialed in by phone, you can press *9 to raise your hand. Mayor Bienaimé, it does not appear that we have any hands raised on this particular item.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Now, tab C is closed to the public. And council member, can I have a motion to approve tab C?
So moved.
Can I see one?
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab C. The motion was seconded by Councilwoman Keys. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much. Tab D.
Tab D, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager to execute an interlocal services agreement in substantially the attached form between the city of North Miami and the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency for the provision of indirect services by the city to the North Miami CRA for fiscal year 2020-2021. Further authorizing the city manager to take all actions necessary to implement the terms and conditions of the interlocal services agreement, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab D.
Thank you very much, Madam City Manager. Is there a presentation or no?
I'm present, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Rasha Camo for the North Miami CRA. Good afternoon. Before you is the interlocal agreement between the City of North Miami and the North Miami CRA to provide indirect services. The CRA board, as yourself, had approved it at the January 12th meeting. Now we're asking you to approve it, to receive it as the City Council. It's for a total of $564,693. It covers indirect services, the support services that receive from city departments such as finance, budget, IT, HR, and other services. We recommend approval. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's open it to the public. Public hearing is open on tab D.
If you would like to speak on this item and you're using a desktop application or the web application, please click on the raised hand button or the hand icon. If you're calling in by phone, please press *9 now to raise your hand. Mayor Bienaimé, it does not appear that we have any hands raised on this item.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Tab D. Can I hear a motion on tab D? If there's no question. Okay.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estimate Irvin to approve the item at tab D. The motion was seconded by Councilwoman Keys. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tab E.
Tab E, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the evaluation committee's results and the selection of Foundation Risk Partners Corporation for employee benefit programs agent of record services in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in RFP number 24-19-20. Further authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate and execute an agreement with the selected vendor, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab E.
Thank you very much. Tab E. Let's open it to the, before I open it to the public, do we have a presentation? I see Alberto Estrade.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, council members. For the record, Alberto Estrade, Purchasing Director. The item that you have before you is simply a request for approval of the Evaluation Committee's recommendation to award a contract to Foundation Risk Partners Corporation in response to the solicitation titled RFP number 241920, which was issued by the city for selection of an agent of record for the city's employee benefits programs. We prepared a PowerPoint presentation just to provide you an overview of the solicitation and evaluation process for this particular item. And Claude, if you could put up the PowerPoint. Okay, there you have it. So essentially, this is again the recommendation from the committee to award the contract for the agent of record. The next page. On the next page, you can see that as I mentioned, the city issued this solicitation, and it was for the purpose of seeking proposals from qualified and experienced firms that would be able to provide brokerage and consulting services for our employee benefits programs. The final solicitation included opportunities for potential respondents to ask questions and request for clarification prior to the deadline for submittal of their proposals. Among the various benefit plans that are currently offered by the city for its employees and retirees are the following: medical health insurance, dental, vision, life insurance, long-term and short-term disability, which are also considered part of voluntary benefit services. Next slide. In terms of the responses to the solicitation, the city received 5 proposals, which were initially reviewed by the purchasing department to ensure compliance with the eligibility requirements contained in the solicitation. The name of the 5 applicants which responded to the solicitation are as follows, and they're simply there in alphabetical order. CBIZ, Benefit and Insurance Services, Foundation Risk Partners Corporation, Gallagher Benefit Services Incorporated, Saposnik Insurance and Associates LLC, and the Garing Group Incorporated. All proposals were deemed to be in compliance with the solicitation requirements and therefore were considered eligible to participate for this contract and were forwarded for review and evaluation by the evaluation committee. Each firm was then invited to make a virtual presentation before the committee, and the results of the committee interviews and the final ranking for each firm are being submitted today for your proposal. The evaluation criteria that were used by the committee is as follows. Next slide. The evaluation criteria that was contained in the solicitation essentially was broken up into 4 parts, as you can see. And each one of these segments provided for a maximum of 25 points, therefore a maximum of 100 points per applicant. The 4 categories were as follows. The first one were qualifications and experience, the ability of their professional personnel, and their financial capacity. And in essence, this looked for the expertise of their staff, the qualification and experience of the firm, as well as also their subcontractors with regards to the scope of the work, their previous contracting experience with other public, private, and nonprofit agencies, their financial resources and capabilities, in other words, their financial strength, and also location of their local office. The next category that was viewed by the committee was the quality of their services and their approach to the scope of the work. In this category, they were looking for a high quality level of services to be provided to the city, understanding of the city's needs, ability to convey a depth of understanding of the scope of the services, and their capacity to be able to accomplish this. Also, the approach to this project and the technical soundness of the proposal. The next category, as part of the evaluation criteria, is quite simply the cost-saving initiatives. On the cost-saving initiatives, the committee was looking for development of long-range cost strategies, as well as innovative ideas for cost containment. And the last part of the scoring criteria was the actual proposed fee. And the proposed fee is very simply the pricing structure, the fee schedule, and cost proposal that each one of the applicants submitted as part of their proposal. Next slide. So based on the evaluation criteria that we just looked at, here are the results of the evaluation committee. And these are the final scores of the committee. As you can see, you have the scores for each one of the firms, as well as the ranking. The top ranked firm, in accordance to the committee scores, is Foundation Risk Partners Corporation, which is being recommended for award. You will also note that Foundation Risk received a local business preference. The local business preference was issued pursuant to Section 7125 of the city's Code of Ordinances. And you see there below you the different categories that allow for a prospective vendor to be receive this local business preference. And the criteria that's provided for under the Code of Ordinances is as follows. They must satisfy the following requirements. A business must be located in the city with a current business tax receipt and a certificate of use that was issued at least 12 months prior to the issuance of the solicitation. Also, it must have a physical business address located within the city limits, in an area zoned for the conduct of such business from which the vendor operates and performs business on a day-to-day basis. That is a substantial component of the goods or services being offered to the city. And lastly, the business must certify in writing and provide all the required documentation supporting compliance with the above requirements at the time of submitting its bid or proposal. Alternatively, a vendor who subcontracts at least 20% of the contract to a subcontractor who meets the above requirements can also be deemed a local business vendor for award of the preference in accordance with this section. In this instance, Foundation Risk Partners was awarded local vendor preference based on their partnership with a local vendor. The name of the firm being Comprehensive Health Center, which is located at 650 Northwest 120th Street. Next slide. Here you have an overall view of the qualifications of the recommended vendor, Foundation Risk Partners. Foundation Risk currently operates in 8 states with over 900 employees, and is among the 30 largest insurance consulting brokerage firms in the United States. As I previously mentioned, Foundation is partnered with Comprehensive Health Center as their local business partner to provide city employees and retirees with easy access to convenient and preventative health care. Foundation is committed to collaborate with the city to develop long-term health insurance cost containment strategies, particularly to offset the financial impacts associated with COVID-19 pandemic. They will provide the city with a dedicated group of multilingual employee advocacy team, including Creole and Spanish speaking, an employee resolution center to provide employees and retirees with a timely and effective service. Among the various tasks which Foundation Risk has committed to provide the city under this contract includes evaluation of the city's current plan performance and cost analysis, marketing of our plan to various providers and assisting in carrier negotiations, development of annual and long-term strategies, healthcare reform and other regulatory compliance support, which will be provided by an on-staff benefits attorney by Foundation Risk, benefits administration technology, open enrollment support, employee education and outreach campaigns, as well as employee wellness initiatives and healthcare management strategies. Lastly, Foundation Risk is able to strategically partner also with the Florida League of Cities, who is the administrator for the Florida Municipal Insurance Trust, one of the largest public entity funds in the country. Next slide. So the recommendation by the committee and also supported by staff is the committee's recommendation is to award the agent of record contract to Foundation Risk Partners Corporation as the highest ranked firm. The annual cost for this contract will be approximately or not to exceed $150,000. It'll be prorated for the remainder of this year, obviously because they won't be performing for the entire year, and will be deducted from the premiums paid by the city. The initial term of the contract is anticipated to be 3 years with an option to renew for 3 additional 1-year renewal periods. The contract shall be administered by both the personnel department and also our risk management department. That concludes the presentation. If you have any questions, we're glad to take them. Also available as panelists in the event you have questions are both the directors from our personnel and risk management departments, Mr. Joe Roglieri, Ms. Karen Muir, as well as representatives from Foundation Risk, Mr. Eric Brewer, and also from their local vendor, Comprehensive Health Center, Dr. Rudolph Moise. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to take them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Let's open it to the public, then we'll come on the dais. Public hearing is open on tab E.
If you would like to speak on this item and you are using the web application, please click on the raised hand icon or the hand icon. If you're dialing in by phone, please press *9 now to raise your hand. Mayor, it does not appear that we have any hands raised on this item.
Thank you very much. Tab E. Public hearing is closed on it. Now, council members. Yes. Councilwoman Estime Irvin.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. Is the owner or who is representing Foundation? Are they available?
Yes, Councilwoman, I believe as part of the panelists, we have Mr. Eric Brewer representing Foundation Risk. I believe they're available to take questions, as well as I mentioned from Comprehensive Health Center, Dr. Rudolph Moise, and I believe they're available.
Okay, so my first question would be, how many other municipalities are you serving in Miami-Dade County currently?
Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So this is Eric Brewer from Foundation Risk Partners, and thank you all. Appreciate the time. In Miami-Dade County, I would have to get back to you with an exact number. I know it's somewhere around 2 to 3, specifically in Miami-Dade County, and then statewide, roughly 28 public entities and municipalities, and then far greater than that nationwide.
The 2 or 3 that you remember, would you mind stating on the record?
We've got North Bay Village and Miami Gardens currently.
Okay. Also, I noticed that there are 2 positions that you're going to appoint someone or have. Once if you get this contract, the client engagement manager and the dedicated benefits VIP employee advocacy and support team. I wanted to know, is there any consideration to hire North Miami resident if you're receiving this contract?
Absolutely, certainly something we would consider. I'll tell you, it's not our standard structure. I mean, generally, it's a hub and spoke structure, meaning our client engagement managers and employee advocacy leads are centered out of our service centers. But if there's a need, if we believe that the situation warrants somebody locally there to help support the ongoing support of the benefits technology or the employee advocacy piece of it, we certainly would be open to that consideration.
Right. So I get it. I understand that there are technicalities, but I would like it if there's an opportunity to at least, maybe there's someone in North Miami with those skills and expertise, and if at least the opportunity would be afforded to them first. So you
without question.
Thank you. That's all my question, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Other question? No? Can I get a motion to approve tab E?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Yes.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estime Irvin to approve the item at tab E. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tab F.
Tab F, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager to issue purchase orders to MKI Services, Inc. as the sole source provider of Suez brand products in accordance with section 7-143 of the City Code of Ordinances at a cost not to exceed $98,900 for the purchase of equipment for the Winston Water Treatment Plant, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes. Tab F.
Thank you very much.
Once again,
Go ahead, Alberto.
okay. Once again, council members, for the record, Alberto Estrada, Purchasing Director. This item simply requesting your approval to issue a purchase order to MKI Services, Inc. as the sole and exclusive representative in the state of Florida for Suez manufactured products. This is for the purchase of replacement parts for the city's water treatment plant. As is reflected in the council report, the Public Works Department has determined that the plant's motor and gearbox needs to be replaced based on a recommendation from the engineering consulting firm Hazen and Sawyer. Staff's conclusion is in order to ensure the uninterrupted operation of the plant, best decision is to replace the existing equipment with the Suez manufactured in Philco products, which is the same gearbox designated in the plant renovation drawings. Therefore, pursuant to section 7143, staff is recommending your approval of the sole source purchase of the aforementioned replacement parts through MKI Services for an amount not to exceed $98,900. Here with me in support of the item as a panelist is the city's Public Works Director, Mr. Wissa Pierre-Louis. And if you have any questions, we'll be glad to take it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's open tab F to the public. Public hearing is open on tab F.
If you wish to speak on this item and you're using the web application, please click on the raised hand icon or the hand icon. If you're participating by phone, please press *9 now to raise your hand.
Public hearing is open on tab F.
Mayor, it does not appear that we have any hands raised on this item at this time.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Public hearing is now closed. Council members, there's no question. And I second that.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab F. The motion was seconded by Mayor Bienemay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Citizens Forum.
If you would like to speak during Citizens Forum, please click on the raise hand icon if you're using the web application, or rather the hand icon. If you're participating by phone and you would like to speak during Citizens Forum, please press *9 now. Mayor, I'm going to start with the previously submitted comments.
Correct.
Laura Hill, 13075 Griffin Boulevard, North Miami, Florida, 33161. I am submitting my comment today regarding our city's minimum housing standards. All over our city, we have multifamily housing units that are clearly not meeting the basic standards of conditions that each person in the city deserves to live in. Many have broken, soiled, and dangerous walkways, long hallways with no lighting, infestations of cockroaches and vermin, as well as leaks, mold, and mildew. All of these conditions are contrary to our city codes, which protect people from substandard living conditions. We owe it to the residents of this city who rent to enforce our minimum standards. It is clearly not sufficient to hope the landlords are doing the right thing. Many of them clearly are not. Renters pay a high amount of rent in North Miami, and many are stuck in substandard conditions. North Miami code compliance in our housing departments, possibly even the CRA, should make minimum housing standards a priority when it comes to apartments. Renters need an advocate who will make sure that basic human dignity is preserved and that they are given the protections of our ordinances being enforced. Thank you. Jessica Alston, 1140 Northwest 125th Street. 20-story buildings are out of place on 7th Avenue. The projected CRA/FIU plans for 7th Avenue needs to be reevaluated by the residents of Nomi. Mayor, at this time, I don't have any other previously submitted comments, nor do I see any hands raised for Citizens Forum.
Thank you very much. Citizen Forum is now closed. Council member report. District 1, I see Councilman Galvin. Let's go to 2.
Nothing.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Sorry, I was having a snack.
District 2, Councilwoman.
No
Keys.
reports. No reports today. Thank you.
Thank you. District 3.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to, I'm just so proud of our youth in our city. So I just want to congratulate all of you that appointed the youth, all of the youth that have decided to serve. I really want to thank you. I want to thank the city manager. I'd like to also thank Rosalie Augustine and Patricia Levasseur, who works really closely with the youth. And also I'd like to thank Madam City Clerk for throwing those youth in. So thank you for all of you that participated in their swearing in ceremony. We had to do it this way because of COVID-19. I would just continue. A lot of people are asking about the vaccine, as Commander Branson said, and I know that the mayor, Alex Izume, all of us are really working really hard to make sure that we can assist you or help out in that way, one way or the other. So just continue to wear your mask, like the commander said, et cetera, until that is available to us. I have some board appointments that I would like to do, please. So for the advisory committee for this, the disabled board, I'd like to appoint Roselia Julien.
How you want to move, Madam Clerk? You want to do all of them at once or each of them separately?
Each of them separately, Mayor.
Okay.
So I'd like to move to appoint Roselia Julien to the advisory board for disability, please.
I second that.
Thank you.
All in favor?
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estime Irvin to appoint Roselia Julien to the advisory committee for the disabled. The motion was seconded by Mayor Biedeme. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
I have a couple more. I'd like to appoint Michael McDermott to the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee.
Second.
Can you call the vote now, Madam Clerk?
And what's the category?
It was sent in your email. This is for the low housing category.
Okay. The thing is that the application doesn't specifically state that he's an advocate for low income. Well, I'll give you the specific statute.
I'm sure that he will modify that. He was prior on that board many years ago. He was on the board many years ago.
So just to be clear, the regulation says one citizen who is actively engaged as an advocate for low-income persons in connection with affordable housing.
That's correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Okay, for the Senior Citizen Advisory Board, I would like to appoint Roselia Julien again, please. Will somebody second that for me, please?
Second.
Thank you.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estime Irvin to appoint Wozilia Julien to the Senior Citizen. Which was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
For the Women's Commission Board, I'd like to appoint Naomi Blemure.
Second, honestly, these are great. We should just do them all at once. Not your fault, Councilwoman.
There was a second.
I seconded it.
Oh,
thank you.
I was just adding the caveat that it's sort of silly that we have to go one by one by one. That's a new level of formality I'm not used to.
I'm going to go ahead and call the question now. So I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estime Irvin to appoint Naomi Blemure to the Women's Commission.
Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
And that's all. Thank you so much. I yield back my time, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No, Madam Clerk.
All right. So first up is the Thrive 305 survey, which Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava recently launched. And essentially, Thrive 305 is a powerful and inclusive civic engagement initiative to activate Miamians and build public dialogue around critical policy areas and really to help inform the new county administration. So this survey touches on a broad range of topics that impact our communities and that Mayor Cava sees as top priority issues for the first year of her term. And the results of this survey will be informing a series of engagement events in March focused on deeper neighborhood-specific issues and solution-oriented workshops. And this process will basically help to define the mayor's agenda and her year one action plan. So Miami-Dade County residents are diverse and they hail from over 150 countries. And the unique voices of North Miami residents are essential to driving policy decisions that affect our city, its residents, businesses, and visitors. So I encourage you all to take the survey by visiting thrive305.com. That's THRIVE305.com. As Black History Month comes to a close, we have to remember that the commodification of Black history, the tokenism, and the hypervisibility of a select few of Black achievers is simply not enough. We have to continue to fight for transformative policy that is committed to the progression of Black people, especially in those areas where we are disproportionately negatively affected. And so Black history is American history. And so let us continue celebrating it as we continue to create a brighter future. As it relates to COVID-19, once again, the U.S. has surpassed 500,000 COVID-19 deaths. And this is a grim reminder that this pandemic is not behind us. And so I implore you all, do all that you can to protect yourselves, your families, your communities, and each other. Finally, we are up to elections. Thank you to everyone who attended the virtual Clean Campaign class. I am hoping that it was helpful to you all. And just a few reminders and important dates about these upcoming North Miami municipal elections. The deadline for voter registration is April 12th, 2021. The early voting schedule is as follows: April 26th, 2021 to May 2nd from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., May 3rd through May 9th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is May 1st, and the qualifying period for candidates is March 29th through April 6th, 2021. And of course, Election Day is on May 11th, 2021. And that is all I have as far as my report today. Thank you, Mayor. You're on mute, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Madam City Clerk. City Attorney's report.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Madam City Manager.
I just have one report. Wanted to just let the community, remind the community that this weekend is going to be the Safer Communities Gun Buyback. It's Sunday, February 28th, 2021. It'll be from 9 a.m. to noon at the Ronbrook Athletic Stadium, 255 Northeast 151st Street. We're asked that you please bring all firearms unloaded and in the trunk of your vehicle, and you can get up to a $150 gift card or a laptop per firearm. So we're hoping that the community can bring back and sell back your firearms. We can have safer communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam City Manager. About the inbound vaccine and any update on when the vaccine going to get?
We are still currently working to see if we can actually get a spot here in North Miami. We are also actively working in the possibility of having a 2-day vaccination event. If we can have that, we have finalization on that. We're working with them currently right now. Right now, it's about whether or not we'll have that supply in. But if we do, we will put that out to everyone. We will have it on our social media. We'll send out outreach. We'll send out information about that.
I'm talking about the inbound list that we already have, we currently have.
The homebound list.
Yes.
Yeah, so the homebound list, we just got the homebound list. We will be sharing it with our contacts so that they can get, so they can reach out to our homebound seniors. So there is a homebound list. If there's any seniors that are homebound and cannot go out to the vaccine, please be sure to call the mayor and council office. And we have that as well. If they call
they still have to be 65 and older, right?
Yes, they still have to be 65 and older to meet the requirement of being a senior, so they have to be 65 and older. We will take the homebound list and we are submitting it so that we can set appointments for them in their home.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, if you would allow me, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention, Scott, I just want to thank you, Councilman Galvin. I want to thank you so much for your help. For Black History Month, we made it an effort to honor Black persons or Black persons that had a contribution to the city of North Miami in particular, whether they lived here or they did something in the city of North Miami. So a lot of the research that we had to do, we had to consult with Councilman Galvin. So I just want to publicly thank you for your wealth of knowledge and your wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Thank you
and I
very
hope that
much.
everyone else is.
Yes.
Right. Just want to continue to enjoy those moments until the rest of the month, for the rest of Black History Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And can I hear a motion to adjourn? If there is.
So moved.
All right, then on the
Second.
Thank you very much. Good night,
All in
everyone.
favor? Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote. We are adjourned at 3:10 p.m.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Have a good night, everyone.